Hello and welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Cayman Islands, a spectacular setting for the 2019 RF Group Rugby America's North Sevens. We're set for a fantastic weekend of international competition here. My name is Brian Kelly. Happy to be bringing you play-by-play coverage here on Facebook and on YouTube for the entire weekend. Joined by a fantastic panel here. Start on my left here on the far side. Former Canadian international Andrea Burke will be joining us here. A couple of rugby pundits in the middle. We've got John Broker and Gavin McLeavy. Guys, let's just walk through the weekend here. We're less than an hour away from the tournament kicking off. Andrea, we'll pass it over to you, our women's expert here. Talk us through the 6 teams that are competing here today and what's at stake.
Thank you, Brian. The 6 teams here that are competing at the Round 7. Trinidad, St. Lucia, Bermuda, Bahamas, and I had the 6th one, and Mexico, the Serpientes. So what's exciting about for these teams is that the top 2 women's teams out of the Rugby Sevens event will book their ticket to the Olympic repechage.
Thank you very much, Andrea. The first couple games coming up will be women's. So in the women's competition, they are playing a round-robin style where the 6 teams will play the other 5 once, and then the top 2 teams will meet in the final on a Sunday late in the afternoon. Now, over to the men's competition. John, I'm going to pass it over to you to discuss. So 8 men's teams here. Pretty fantastic pride at the end of this weekend.
Thanks, Brian. It certainly is. This is a little extra special on the men's side. This is a qualifying event for the 2020 Olympics in Tokyo, as we said. And the number 1 team, the winner out of the men's side, goes straight to that. They book their ticket to Tokyo. Very important. The number 2 and 3, they're going to go to repechage. So this is a very important event for these men's teams. The favorite team has got to be Canada right now, although they do have some injuries, so that's going to be a big factor here. Jamaica looking very good, bringing a lot of players in from London who are Jamaican internationals, so some people playing a pretty good standard of rugby, but look out for teams like Guyana. They got some great players. Look out for Barbados. There are great players across this competition. So the men's side, there's a lot to play for, and it's going to be a good one.
And Gavin, passing it over to you. Talk to me about the weather. You live in Florida full time, so you're a little bit used to the warmer temperatures than some of the more northern teams. But talk me through what you're expecting and what the teams need to do this weekend to manage the weather.
Yeah, like I said, it's really humid here. There is a bit of a breeze today, which is great. Much of a kicking game, obviously, in 7, so it won't affect it. But this field out here is one of the best I've seen in this region for a 7s tournament. So it's a little softer. It's real nice cushion on it. So that goes against all the 7s. But it's going to be really cool games anyway. These guys are solid. Jamaica, for example, they've got a couple of guys coming in that you mentioned. One of the guys used to play in the Great Britain's bobsled team, so legitimate sprinters. Catton Brown, I really want to take a good look at this guy. He's a rugby league player, so that's my wheelhouse. He just finished playing with Wakefield Trinity back home. I'd like to see what he gets up to. It's his first time out here. On the women's side, Quanise John, one of our workers at Rugby America's North, great girl, great lady, and she's doing some spectacular stuff in the region as they get into rugby representative. So it'd be great to see her because she's really getting back in shape after that injury a couple of years ago. So I'm looking forward to seeing what she can do on the field.
Absolutely. Fantastic weekend. Expecting temperatures around 30 degrees Celsius, high 80s, low 90s in Fahrenheit. We have had some thunder showers over the last couple days, so hoping that we stay dry here today. These teams are going to have to manage how hot it is here today, keeping the air conditioning rooms coming out, making sure they're hydrated because it is an absolute scorcher here. Andrea is the only player who's represented their country here. Talk me through what it's like representing your country on the international stage here at a big qualifying event.
The thing about the weather is that it is an absolute leveler for all teams, right? So as a player, when I was down here, it was just, again, taking it second by second, play by play, just knowing that the heat is a leveling factor. Everybody is playing in it, and at the end of the day, it's about yourself, your jersey, your country, and the players on the field with you. It's such an exciting time. I personally have played against some of these players, played against some of these teams, and I know that they're hard-hitting, and they put their all and their entire heart into it.
Well, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. So, 2019 RF Group Rugby America's North Sevens. Follow us on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. Coverage will be the entire weekend on Facebook Live as well as on YouTube. And if you're watching from Canada as well right now, the Canadian Broadcast Corporation, CBC, will be picking up the weekend. So lots of coverage, photos, videos, highlights, interviews, everything coming at you here, guys. Cayman Islands. Brian Kelly here, standing beside Gavin McLeavy, John Broker, Andrea Burke, signing off here about half an hour away from kickoff for the weekend. Stay tuned and should be a lot of fun.